What up, book lovers? It is G-Swizz here, and I'm here today with another monthly unboxing. So this month we have no Illumicrate, and we don't really have many special edition boxes from Fairyloot or Illumicrate. I do have a solo special edition from Fairyloot to unbox and the two monthly boxes that I received from Fairyloot, but additionally I decided to also add a Waterstones package into the mix. So I'm going to start off with this, and then I'm going to move on to my Fairyloot books. I will go from this to my Fairyloot special edition and then my monthly book boxes. This time period is definitely not as packed as my previous unboxing, and I reckon that my other unboxings to come will be a little bit more packed. I have mentioned this previously, I will mention this again. I have put my Illumicrate and my Afterlight subscriptions on hold until the end of the year because there are so many special edition book boxes coming out, and thankfully they are two ongoing subscriptions that have unlimited skips. I appreciate that. I guess without further ado, let's get straight into this monthly unboxing, and I will get straight into this Waterstones book. So this isn't necessarily the Waterstones exclusive edition, but I do think it is the UK exclusive edition of this specific book. It's at least the UK first printing. As soon as I found out that this book had like pink edges and a very pretty naked hardback, I knew it had to be mine. I initially was disappointed when I found out that I missed out on the Waterstones exclusive edition, but it's just missing text on the printed edges. The book that I am talking about is Girl, Goddess, Queen by Bea Fitzgerald. Now this is a Hades and Persephone reimagining, and honestly I don't know much more about it, but based on the synopsis and what I've heard about it, it's giving me Demon Queen Trials vibes, but also Hades and Persephone. It's got pink edges. The Waterstones exclusive edition has the quote, "To hell with love" on the pages, so it's not too different. But when I found out that the regular first printing edition had pink pages, that was when I knew that I needed to get the first printing. Onto the end pages, they are beautiful. I think that maybe the other side will have the same design, yes. And then this was the part I was looking forward to. Oh my goodness, look at that. This is giving me Fairyloot vibes for sure. This right here is the regular Penguin edition in the UK, and it very much reminds me of a Fairyloot special edition. Look at that. Oh my goodness, I love that spread so much. I cannot wait to read this book. I just found that this cover was absolutely pretty, and I cannot say no to a Hades and Persephone reimagining, especially if it's giving me Demon Queen Trials vibes. Can't wait to read this book, let you guys know how I go with it. I, once again, am a little bit sad that I did not get the Waterstones exclusive edition, but I'm very happy that the only thing I really missed out on with getting this first printing instead is the text on the pages. And I reckon that this is just a beautiful book in general. I'm really happy to have it. And now we move on to the solo Fairyloot special edition I received this month. And I have a feeling I know what this one is. I cannot wait. Especially because I believe this is the sequel to one of my favorite books. Oh, I think it is. I mean, it's really difficult to see when the card is in there, but let me unpackage this for you guys so I can show you. And the special edition I received this month is Foxglove by Adeline Grace. Look at that beautiful cover. This is stunning. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to have the Fairyloot special edition. I distinctly remember being out with my friends on the day that this was going on sale, and I just remember wanting to rush home so bad so I could make the sale, and I literally made the sale by like 15 minutes. I had returned home that night, and then I logged into my Fairyloot account and I purchased this. And I'm really happy I did because it sold out almost immediately. I'm so happy this is home. Oh, these end pages. I believe this is Monolime. Monolime, you did an excellent job once again. I'm gonna check the other side to see if it's a different design. Yes! Oh my goodness! Look at Death and all of his glory. That's a very funny thing to say. And then Naked Hardback time. Nakey. Oh my goodness. So pretty! I love the Fairyloot special edition hardbacks for the series. I think that they did an excellent job with the spread. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that is glorious. And did I get a signed? Yes, I got a signed edition by Adeline Grace. I am so pleased with this edition. I will admit, similarly to the Belladonna UK cover, I do prefer the color on the UK cover for Foxglove. But that all being said, the darker colors still work for this design, and I appreciate it. I'm so happy I have this in my collection, and I cannot wait to read Foxglove. I'm not planning to read it this year. I'm planning to read it closer to Wisteria, and we'll see how I go. I really hope hope I love Foxglove just as much as I loved the first book. Now, in all honesty, I want to save the best for last, and I usually save my Fairyloot young adult unboxing for last. However, I'm not necessarily hearing great things about the young adult Fairyloot box for the month, and I'm really over the moon to receive my adult book pick this month. So, this is what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to unbox my Fairyloot young adult box, and then I'm going to unbox my Fairyloot adult box. I'm going to swap them around this time because I'm more excited about the adult book, and I'm not hearing rave reviews about this box. So let's go. I really hope that I at least get some enjoyment out of it. I did hear a complaint about one of the items not being applicable to young adult fiction whatsoever. It would have been more applicable to an adult themed box. So, I mean, we will find that out together. Right here, I have the spoilery card. I'm just gonna put that here for the time being. The first thing I see in here is this bag, AIW bag clips. Okay, interesting. I don't know what bag clips. What are these? Okay, so the red ones say drink me. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Red ones say drink me. Black ones say eat me. I'm guessing these are for plastic bags? I mean, let me find out. These food clips were inspired by Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and are perfect for keeping reading snacks fresh. Okay, I really do not know how these work. I have nails and I need to make sure that I'm keeping my nails intact. I do not want to break these. You know what? I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk it for the biscuit. Quite literally, because these are for reading snacks. So I'm not risking it for the biscuit, at least not right now, but who knows, maybe later. The next thing I see in this box is this little box right here that says Happily Ever After Spoon, designed by Blanca Design. Oh, it's like a teaspoon. Oh, it's ceramic. That's nice. I love, I know not everyone loves it when I tap my nails like this, but it's like my favorite thing to do. I'm sorry. Yeah, I love doing that. Especially with mugs and with glass. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, Happily Ever After Spoon. I like that this is a mushroom on one side. It's got a mushroom head, and then on the bottom it's a spoon. I think this is like a teaspoon. I'm not too sure if this is inspired by anything. No, it's not. It's just like a cottagecore kitchen inspired item. I don't mind this. I would say that this is a much prettier item than the bag clips, that's for sure. And the next thing I see in this box, I really hope this is a print album. I think it is. Okay, this kind of item is useful for me. Oh my goodness. It's holographic. Oh, I love the spine. Check out that spine. Previously from Fairyloot, we got an imitation leather photo album, and this one seems to be a board one, and I don't mind that because the design on here is absolutely stunning. I really love the front and back, but I think my favorite feature of this photo album has definitely got to be the spine. So this is perfect for any of the prints that we receive in a monthly box. I did run out of space in my previous photo album from Fairyloot and my Touch of Magic Designs ones. This one will also go very well with the Touch of Magic Designs ones because the Touch of Magic Designs photo albums also have holographic foiling. I appreciate this so much. I cannot wait to use this. This is definitely my favorite item in the box so far. And honestly, for me, it's really difficult to beat a photo album. Next thing I see in this box seems to be an embroidery kit. So I don't think I've ever embroidered anything before. Okay, so we've got this and this. Okay, I'm afraid to lose any pieces, so if I'm really careful right here, that is why. I think embroidery requires needles. Kind of terrifies me, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this kit comes with needles yet. It only comes with these strings, and they're covered by this very cute cloth. And then here there is the design that you're meant to create with those strings. Honestly, I don't know if I can trust myself to embroider anything. I personally am terrified of like sewing needles. I don't know how I would be able to sew anything with these nails. If you sew and if you have nails like mine, please let me know. Clearly these kind of handicrafts are not my thing, but I do kind of appreciate that it's here. So in case I do change my mind, I have a cool embroidery kit. But if not, I might just give this to someone else. Oh my goodness, yep, this is intimidating. There we go. Out of my sight. And the next thing I see in this box, I believe, is the controversial item in this box. We have Emily Wilde overlays. Now, I personally am kind of glad that I do have some Emily Wilde overlays, considering that I do actually have the Fairyloot edition of the book. However, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies was the adult book pick for December of last year, and this is the Fairyloot young adult box. So I'm seeing a lot of discussion about this item in particular being in this box, and I understand that this specific theme was all about like cottagecore, cozy vibes and stuff, but there are so many other fairy tale inspired cottagecore books out there that just so happened to be YA that honestly Fairyloot could have thought of for this box. It's just a big controversy at the end of the day because not everyone who has subscribed to Fairyloot young adult is subscribed to the adult box, and it is an adult book. I don't know if it has inappropriate references for young adult readers, but it was marketed as an adult book, therefore it's not in the YA section. But then again, new adult romantasy inspired items in Fairyloot boxes or bookish boxes, there is similar controversy as well. But this one is just a very evident one, only because this book was an adult Fairyloot book pick previously, and this is a YA box. So whoever did not get that book won't know where to put these overlays. We have some really cool art here. I personally think these are gorgeous, and I cannot wait to read the book myself. I actually put it on my December TBR, so I'm hoping to get to it by the end of the year, and I reckon that these overlays are perfect for this time because I'm wanting to read the book. I personally received 4 overlays. I'm not too sure if that was all of them. I cannot wait to read this book and put these overlays in my hardback edition. I am acknowledging the controversy right now, and I do think that Fairyloot should have been a little bit more mindful when it came to the items in the young adult box in particular.
And ironically enough, I filmed this before I found out that something was wrong with the art on one of the tarot cards. Apparently, one of the characters was meant to be POC, and they did not display as that. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys the tarot cards now, but just note that as I was filming the unboxing, I had no idea about that controversy. Thankfully, Fairyloot are going to send out a replacement, but yeah, I think Fairyloot got a few things wrong with this box in particular. Once again, I would appreciate if you were more mindful, Fairyloot.
I'll just get these tarot cards, and these are the 2 tarot cards. Is this the protagonist from Cinderella is Dead? I don't know who this is, but it looks like the cover of Cinderella is Dead, so I'm just gonna check. The tarot card set features Sophia as the 3 of Moons card. 3 of Moons, yep. And Constance as the 4 of Moons card. Constance. The characters are from Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron and are beautifully illustrated by Rosalind Art. So I have not yet read this book, but I did find this character to be familiar because she's on the front cover. Yeah, these are cute, and I'm so excited to add these to my tarot collection. I am one step closer to having a full tarot set. I think we're currently halfway there at the moment. And finally, we come to the book pick of the month for October. And the Fairyloot Young Adult October book pick is The Forest Grimm by Catherine Purdy. Catherine Purdy. Who's Catherine Purdy? Wait. Is this the Bone Grace author? Yes! Oh my goodness. It has been 2 years since I completed the Bone Grace duology. Bonecryer's Moon and Bonecryer's Dawn. Oh my goodness, I loved that book series by Catherine Purdy. And now we have a new book by Catherine Purdy, and it is The Forest Grimm. I believe that the original UK cover had like a white or a black cover, I don't remember, but this one is green, and it's pretty. I do prefer the US cover, I'm not gonna lie, but I do like the detail, especially because right now I'm looking at this cover in person, and I can see that there's some watercolor illustration within this region here, and it has been expanded upon in the back. I am living for these pages. These pages are gorgeous, and thankfully, from what I see, they are not a replica of the front cover. Finally, it's about time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We have foiled end papers. I am loving this beautiful illustration. It is definitely giving me the vibes of the US cover. Okay, check this foiled hardback out. Nakey, it's nice. And this is the back of the hardback, and then I've got to show you the other end page. Yep, oh my goodness, so gorgeous. I'll just show you the spread. There we go. Check that spread out. There's a reverse dust jacket design, and I think I prefer this design. And I also very much appreciate that it's not super glossy. That is gorgeous, and it is very well designed. I am very much impressed with this design. I think I'm going to flip this dust jacket over onto the hardback. I have never made the decision so quickly. Overall, I'm very much impressed with this edition. With the box, I'm a little bit conflicted. Firstly, because embroidery is just not my craft. I mean, I do appreciate that I was given a kit to eventually try out, but but like I'm very nervous around needles. If we were giving a knitting kit, different story. Like I think that a knitting kit would have probably been something a little bit more cozier for me personally. Then when it comes to the lunch clips, not a huge fan. That's probably not going to be an item I'm going to use anytime soon. And then thirdly, the overlays, while I'm going to use them, I'm still kind of not impressed with Fairyloot's lack of creativity there. Like they really could have used a young adult book inspired item instead. But in terms of the book and in terms of the print album and the mushroom spoon, I am very much impressed. So I feel 50-50 about this box. And finally, I'm just going to show you guys what this book looks like with the reverse dust jacket art on it. I am very much pleased with this design. I am happy that I opened this box before getting to the adult book pick of the month for October. And I guess finally we are at the adult book pick of the month for October. Not many of you guys might know this, but I recently actually listened to this audiobook on Scribd because all Harper audiobooks are available on Scribd. This has got to be one of my favorite books of the year, and I am devastated once again that I did not have the chance to grab the Waterstones exclusive edition, and I also want the US edition of this book, but at the moment I will settle for the Fairyloot edition, even though I don't think that one edition for this book is enough. I guess without further ado, let's get straight into this unboxing. So the theme for the month is My Dear Nemesis, and some of you guys might know what this book is based on the theme card art and the theme itself, but if you don't, let me introduce you to this amazing book. The book pick of the month for the month of October is... Oh my god. The Hurricane Wars by Thea Gyunzon. Oh my goodness. I love how dark the US edition is, and I love how bright the UK edition is. But this right here brings both the colors together in a beautiful and harmonious way. This specific edition is just as bright as it is dark, and it's so beautiful to see. If you guys don't happen to know, Fairyloot collaborated with the same illustrator as the US and the UK cover, and to top it all off, they also illustrated the Fairyloot exclusive edition, and it's so beautiful. This is gorgeous! This is so pretty. I am hearing on the internet right now that this book is selling for like 250 Australian dollars. It's ridiculous, but you know what? It makes sense. This book is beautiful, not just on the outside, not just the packaging, on the inside as well. It is very well written, and I cannot believe that this book is a debut novel. It's just blowing my mind. I am still devastated that I did not get the Waterstones exclusive edition, but this will do for me. I can't get enough of this book already, but I am very satisfied with this. I am so happy. Oh my, I'm so happy I was subscribed to Fairyloot for this. Look at this beautiful art. These two are the two main protagonists of this book series, and oh my goodness, they look so cute here. I am in love with this fan art, and I need this art to go straight into my print album, like, immediately. Foiled, foiled, foil, 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 foil. Oh my goodness. Let me check the other side. I love this guy. I love him a lot. I love these two so much. Look at this spread. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't it magnificent? This is gorgeous. And yes, I am confirming that there's no reverse dust jacket, but you know what? This book doesn't need one. This book really does not need one. Everything about it already is just gorgeous. I love this part of it, but I also really love this dust jacket, so I will definitely be keeping this dust jacket on. Fairyloot have been missing just a little bit. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of some of their recent book picks, and I mean, not in terms of story, but just the way that they customized those book picks, but I am so happy that they showed up with this one. This book got the customization that it truly deserved from Fairyloot. Yeah, Fairyloot definitely stepped up here. I am just hoping that going forward we get a similar quality with some of their special editions, and I honestly do kind of reckon that this month and last month's book picks were okay in terms of like the way that they were designed, and I cannot wait to see what they do with November, because I am looking forward to seeing how the November book pick is going to look. And I'm not gonna lie, I know that the November book pick is a very popular release and has multiple special editions out there, but the Fairyloot edition is the only edition I'm getting personally, because once again, I'm prioritizing when it comes to the special edition sets and books that I'm getting this year. I should have prioritized this one clearly, because I really want the a Waterstones exclusive edition so bad, but this edition, I am happy to say, is the best edition I've seen of it so far. So I cannot wait to, I was just about to say I cannot wait to read this book. I've read this book, I love it, and I need everyone to read it. I can't wait to reread it. That's what I cannot wait for. So I guess that's gonna be it for this video today, book lovers. If you happen to stay to the end of the video, leave me the star emoji. And if you happen to enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Join the amazing community of book lovers. And also, I have social medias. I'm at GSwizzleBooks on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm also Goodreads. That's www.goodreads.com/gswizzle. And finally, I'm at TikTok. I'm at GSwizzle on TikTok if you want to follow me there for some bookish content. I love you, book lovers, and I will see you later.
Started out with half and I flipped it into double. Started out with half and I flipped it into double.